Something very special about my backlog and my position as a content creator and streamer is that I get tax write-offs. I find that this sometimes helps with the sudden guilt that I get as a collector and filthy consumer. Sometimes. Man, I got a weird history with Muppets games. Growing up, our New Year's tradition was always to play Muppets Party Cruise on the GameCube. It's fun and is kind of a Mario Party knockoff, but has its own unique board gimmicks and mini-games to make it its own package for Muppets fans. But honestly, I don't really have any history with any other Muppets games other than that. My history with Muppets Licensed to Croak is very lucky and very recent. I work at a thrift store where we get donations every day, and for a long time we had donations backed up of electronics, and we needed to make some room, so we were taking a couple months to pile through them. And in one bin, in a Ziploc bag, my coworker had found this Ladybug Game Boy Micro with 3 games, Muppets Licensed to Croak, Tetris Worlds, and Harvest Moon. And he knew I was a collector, so he offered for me to have it, which was very dope, and I bought it for $5. If you didn't know, this same Game Boy Micro with Tetris Worlds I have found on eBay at the exact same time of purchasing it for $300 Canadian. Needless to say, this is how I've ended up with a much larger collection in the past 8 months than I've had in the last 10 years of collecting. It's honestly grown so fast I can barely even organize it. But I'm still grateful. Now, while I'm insanely lucky to be in the position I'm in, I have to say, sometimes you find a bargain bin title, and that's Muppets Licensed to Croak. Well, let's turn this baby on and see what we got. Huh. Vicarious Visions worked on this. You know, Vicarious Visions actually made a lot of the games that I played growing up as a kid, and I didn't like almost any of them. And we're instantly greeted with a grating splat noise. Great first impression. Well, let's get this shit started. We gotta one-take this shit. Yeah. Croak harder than the enemies I rip through.
Facts.
Toke harder on bong rips than your bitch do.
Gas.
She says she love my DSi XL. Switch it up, I'm fine as hell. You want that micro shit, we all can tell. I got the golden touch the same way that Midas does. If you wanna take it there, I'll take your tips like Linus does. Your shit more like a 10-piece, I'm the baker's dozen. Just wait till next Friday night, I ain't kidding, cousin. I keep my peace like my ass is on the spectrum. I be on my humble shit, but knowing I'm the best one.
Yeah.
So grab your shooters, bitch, it's time to reload. I be shooting at a white man like that Django Negro. A skank and I'm swole. I swam from the cove just to feed you on some sucker shit like scam crypto bros.
Facts.
My dear, I'm a master, what you didn't know? I'm weird, never pigeonholed, nigga.
Licensed to Croak, the right to vote would be nice. But I'm a Muppet, we ain't got no fucking rights. That's on God. So what's not given, we take it. Fuck pigs turn to bacon. Miss Piggy got them cheeks, you know she's the only worth saving. Kick the shit into hyper mode, it's go time. Yeah, you know she like the point, you bet I make that hoe slime. Splash. I'm on a tirade, leave your ass MIA. While on the getaway, I dump your body on the highway. Wanna make my worm cry? Some slut shit. First I take your body, and then I go fuck it.
What the fuck?
You wanna hear how you die? Well, shut it. I shove my fist up your ass and make your ass my puppet.
Damn, that shit was fire. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't got much else to say about this game, man. I mean, it's a glorified minigame collection. You can play it on easy, medium, or hard mode, so you do have that level of choice, but I think where the real cool factor lies is that there is actually different routes you can take. So you have your 3 different main enemies that you're versing: King Prawn, Dr. Nose, and Piggy Galore. That was always my route, at least. You could do it in any order. Then it ends things with the final boss. But I feel like there's room for optimization, but you know, I don't know how passionate the speedrunning community for Licensed to Croak is. Hit me up if you're a fellow wet agent though. I'm willing to hear about your speedrun strats. Each route has you start by fixing up an automotive, because Bunsen and Beaker are underpaid and don't do shit, really. Then you use said automotive in an auto-scroller. There's even one where you get to ride Fozzie. I like the Kermit riding Fozzie sprite though, that goes raw. Pause. Then the arguably only unique level to each route. One in which you swim into a secret base, the other where you verse chickens in a snowball fight in order to get into a secret base, and one where you go postal in a warehouse. also to sneak into a secret base. Did I mention that the game's kind of formulaic? It's pretty formulaic. You then verse a boss battle, and they're not too crazy difficult. Turns out B&B weren't really B&B. They were actually Statler and Waldorf. No way! I never really thought about it, but Statler and Waldorf really are kind of just the villains of the Muppet universe. Obviously each Muppet movie has their own, but I'm getting off track. What am I saying? And it turns out that you've actually been funding their death machine this whole time. Like how my taxes help the government. They hard target Piggy for some reason. And you save her, and the game ends on probably the most suggestive note you could think of.
My spy boat isn't far. Let's take it out for a test drive, for old time's sake. Bow chicka wow wow. Bow chicka wow wow. Oh, Kermit, the frog who loved moi. Sheesh! Sheesh! Goddamn, Kermit. Kermit got rizzed, dude.
Okay, now I really have nothing much else to say. I mean, for some bargain bin shit, there's variety, but they actually tried something. That's kind of cool, and I have to give them credit. I always feel like the go-to with bargain bin IP filler titles is platformers. Really shit platformers, and I was surprised that there was basically no platforming. A lot of auto-scrollers, but nothing too rudimentary, I guess. And to give the game credit and whoever wrote it, it did make me laugh. And hard mode actually does present a challenge if you're up for it. I'm not. I had an hour of the game, and I think an hour was long enough. And that was my week with Spy Muppets License to Croak. Bargain bin title with a banger soundtrack, baby. As for next week's title, though, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.